Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I say hot tub, stay hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber tub with me. Should I get the hot tub?
Yeah.
Really make me sweat. Yeah. Should I get the hot tub?
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Yeah. Well. Welcome, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the legendary. I'm talking legendary Chad Mitchell. I was at a party Friday night, birthday party Friday night, and Leightonville, my beautiful granddaughter, is with us today. I called her a special guest, but she informed me she's not putting headsets on. She's not going to speak into the mic this morning, so she's going to be my assistant. But Leighton, you can watch her on Facebook right now. Throughout the world, you can catch us on Facebook. So we're at a party, and McGowan, he's about 6'7", I think. Guess the only guy that he will let operate on him, and you're going to be doing an operation on him. I know you can't talk about it, but we talked about you, and then another guy came up, and it was packed out late with that birthday party Friday night. It was packed out. But Chad, you are a very famous young man. I mean, we hear great things about you.
I feel like I'm infamous after the way you talk about me on this show.
But you're famous everywhere else. I mean, it's good everywhere you come in here. And in Colby, we had you should have seen it. Laura had a party, shower. What do you call it?
Baby shower.
Baby shower for Creed, and that house was decorated like you. And she could be a model home. She could do anything. But anyway, the party. Guess who it was for? Kobe Baker.
Awesome.
Somebody else you operated on and did a great job that thanked the world of you. Of course, he was all over the world, the Greco wrestling. Did I say it right? Wrestling. So he
wrestling.
Yeah. Now he was in Russia.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
He went everywhere.
Yeah. But we were talking about he would never been able to do that without your magical hands. Were you doing robotic surgery back then for those guys, those particular, or were you doing it the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, I mean, robotic stuff hadn't come out yet, but with sports medicine, we're not doing a lot of robotics yet.
Oh, really?
No, not yet. No,
so I thought that's the thing. It's
mainly joint replacement right now. It is a thing of the future, but it's in the future. Yeah. And it's coming. There's been some companies, especially this last week with the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons meeting. There were some exhibits that were displayed with new technology, that kind of thing, for the sports medicine realm. And so it's headed that way.
With the robotic surgery, is it going to be more quicker recovery, get them back on the field quicker because you know exactly what's going on before you even get in there?
Well, the first thing we always think of when you think of, computer navigation, robotics, that kind of thing, is accuracy.
Right.
So for instance, an ACL, you want the accurate placement of that. Now, is that going to speed up healing? I'm not real sure, but it'll make it more accurate. What you're trying to do is have less percentage failures.
Right.
Everybody thinks, well, you do this surgery and it's 100% good results. No, you can do it the same way, and 95%'s good, 5%'s not. We're trying to work on that 5%, eliminate those.
Baseball, rotator cuffs, all kind of surgeries you see related to baseballs. And they got all the rules now where they don't pitch as much. But are they getting back quicker now, coming off surgery as baseball players?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the rehab and those kind of things.
Yeah. Well, speaking of baseball, we got the man, the guy that's incredible. What's going on down South Walton is unreal. This team is special, there's no doubt about that. We got Nick, and they got a tournament going on there that's incredible. That I think they were doing it Thursday and Friday and this weekend. So let's bring him on. South Walton's head baseball coach. Nick, how you doing this morning?
Hey, Coach. Thanks for having me on.
Man, talk about hey, did you guys survive over there?
We did. South Walton Showdown was an outstanding tournament. We had 18 teams come over, and, man, what a special second half of last week there for our program, and the ability to host that tournament has gained national attention for our program and the whole community. I think, we had over 2,000 people at our games Thursday night.
Wow.
It was some of the best high school baseball in the country. We had some of the top teams from the Southeast, and I think all those teams would love to come back. I don't know if we truly want to expand besides just keep it top-notch, so top quality, top-tier teams.
Wow. What do you think that would take you out of the picture, take South Walton out of the picture? What were the two best other teams there?
IMG Academy, top-notch talent, kids from all over the country, very well coached, very respectful team, fun to watch them. It was fun to play them Thursday night. And then I really like the boys out of Mississippi, Magnolia Heights, Mississippi.
Yeah. Yep.
Seven-time defending state champions. Well, they play some hard-nosed baseball over there, and they play all over the country as well. We had a team from Fort Myers. They're still undefeated. It's Bishop Barreau. They won both their games.
I remember them. Yeah.
They came up and won 3 close games. And, I think, getting to see that talent and how they play and, all the teams are different. And some of them play a different style. It's good for us and down the playoff road. But I think, the quality of the tournament, the hospitality for the teams and the scouts. Scouts were just buzzing all over this place. All the scouts I talked to had rave reviews. They said, Coach, you got to keep doing this tournament. We can come to one location and scout out, 7, 8, 9 players in a day. We don't have to leave. Thursday we had some top-tier matchups there at South Walton, and they just hunkered down and stayed all day. But we had good food for them. Eddie Connick came and volunteered, and he cooked a bunch of Cajun food. I mean, he had red gravy, bean buns, jambalaya, pork chop sandwiches. It was unreal. And he fed the scouts and the coaches and the teams well. So it was special, Coach. It was a great week.
I got my granddaughter in here, Leighton Bell Hale. She's in here, and her cousin played at IG Academy. Well, he tore his shoulder up. He's not playing this year, but he's part of that program down there, and they're loaded with talent. And the same thing you mentioned, Bishop Farrow, that was down in Lee County, Florida. I used to coach at Cape Coral, and that's like an all-star team. It always has been and probably always will be because they get the best players in that part of the state to come play there. So you're right. You guys had one of the best, maybe the best in the Southeast, heck, maybe anywhere, as far as a baseball tournament. So that's incredible, man. Hey, how do you do that with the money? Do you pay those people to come in, or are they just looking at the game to become player? How does that work?
No, each team pays an entry fee to get in, and that helps us with a couple things we do for the coaches, hospitality bags and all that stuff. But no, they pay to come coach, and they're willing to pay what we ask for the quality of the teams. We had some good teams out of Jacksonville as well. Trinity Christian Academy came over here, and they have a loaded-up team. Marist, Georgia. Had Lewisburg, Mississippi as well. Had 3 teams out of Tennessee, Houston County. We had Clarksville, Tennessee, Riverdale, Tennessee. All of them just had an outstanding week. Arnold played in it, so did Mosley, and I believe both of them won all their games, man. They had a good week. They competed well. So Niceville hosted Tallahassee, Lincoln. So when you combine all these teams, the power teams in our area with these teams coming in from the South, there's some really marquee matchups, heavily scouted, and social media just blew up with this thing. We had Black Cobra Media, R3, Perfect Game was here. They were doing slow-mo shots for the hitters and the pitchers and blasting out the metrics. Same with Prep Baseball. They had National Guy here. So it got a lot of media coverage, on social. But the kids love that. The kids are all into that. It's pretty cool.
Sounds good, man. All right, what's the deal this coming up week What are you guys doing? Where you at? I mean, Bay County.
Right.
Bay County just had their spring break right now, so I know people are going all over the place. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're on spring break as well. Headed to the field right now. We got practice at 8 o'clock, Coach. This is these guys are going to be up and early and at them. And my take on this is, hey, we get down to Fort Myers, you might be playing the state semifinal or state championship game at 10 a.m. Like,
right.
This is perfect week to get up and go practice early. We play a JV doubleheader today, midday, and then tomorrow we play a team out of Oklahoma, Berry Hill, Oklahoma. We play at 10 and noon. But that's perfect time. We don't usually play in the morning, so I think getting that preparation in and programming our bodies for down the road is going to be a good little incentive. But one game next week, second half of the week, we'll give them a few days to go get sunburns and enjoy themselves, and then they'll be back the following week. We go 3 games. So we're at the second half. We're about the halfway mark, and I'm happy where we're at. We lost 2 close games last week. We dropped one to Winter Park out of Orlando, Florida there in our tournament. We had the lead going into the 7th. They had a couple hits in a row. We botched a bunt and bounced back. We bounced back Thursday night and beat IMG Academy in front of capacity crowd. The entire Southwalk community came out and supported the team. It was unbelievable. We had over 2,000 people there. You look at some of the footage from that, it's just incredible. That was a big win. We knocked off the number 2 team in the nation for us. And then Friday night, came back, played another outstanding game. We got to learn how to finish here late. We had a lead going in the 7th, gave up a 3-run home run in the top of the 7th to Magnolia Heights. Quincy Pratt kid hit just an absolute bomb, and we weren't able to score in the bottom of the 7th. So those close games help us realize what we need to work on under pressure and hopefully execute as we go into the playoffs. So I'm pleased where we're at. We're 10-3 going into the break, and I'm excited about the second half.
Hey, real quick, and I don't want you thinking ahead. I'm just asking anyway, though. When does it start down in Fort Myers? If you make it there, when's the first game be played? You know the date of that, or about when the date is?
For the 3A, is May 19th.
Wow.
Is the semifinal, and May 20th is the championship game. Yeah. Now, obviously, I don't overlook any steps along the way. We got to get into the playoffs.
Right.
And we also need to, understand these best out of 3 series, which is all new to the Florida baseball playoffs. So I'm glad they went to that. We have 3 rounds, the regional quarterfinals, regional semifinals, regional finals are best out of 3 series. So those are like, you get one of those a week.
Yeah.
So managing your pitching, managing your depth, executing and finding a way to win 2 out of 3 is going to be crucial for us. So we understand that going in. That's what we're working for, get better to be ready for that.
All right, best baseball in the nation, not just Florida, in the nation right here. One of the top coaches in the country right here. That team is incredible. He's got, hey, if you get a chance, send me some of that footage over here. You got my phone number. You can send text-wise or whatever. I'd love to see that. But we'll talk to you next Monday. You be safe and get you some wins this week, okay?
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Good job, Nick. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Do what we did yesterday. Get down to J. Michael's Restaurant. Have a great time. Lorelei, Johnny, Leighton, Mariah, Jared, Julie, we all had a blast down there. Had a little birthday cake for me. I had they got the best cheeseburgers you can get. And that's what I wanted. I was in the mood to get a cheeseburger yesterday for my birthday, Chad. It was great. I kept waiting and waiting. I said, wait a minute.
Love to hear you're eating healthy.
Yeah, I was terrible yesterday. But anyway, I'm sitting there and I said, Leighton, Lord, we can't eat yet. Chad's not here and Wildcat's not here yet. And Julie goes, they can't make it. And my little heart putted. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Do you remember getting an invite?
Yeah, I do remember getting that invite.
Like, you were in charge. Did you
after the fact?
Yeah.
Who was Nana supposed to invite him? or you?
Oh, yeah. Blame
She
it
has
on
no
somebody
comment.
else.
No comment. Anyway, we had a great time down there. Legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. They've taken down some of the money, but they still have plenty up there on the walls. And I think I'll let people start putting them back on the glass now. But the legendary J. Michael's. Today's special is red beans and rice, best seafood, coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. We had over 300 tornado warnings, and they're radar verified in the last couple days throughout the country. We'll talk more about that later if we have a chance. If you have any problem, if you got hit wherever you live in the Panhandle of Florida, and you had some issues with your heating and cooling, you call one company only. The only one that we use, the only one Chad uses, Wildcat uses, that's South Oak Title and Closing. The most honest, hardworking people out there. Jason graduated from Mosley High School. His company's incredible. Family-owned. Stevenson Air Conditioner #1. Not even close. Not even close. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest for live J. Michael Studios. Leighton Hale, Dr. Chad Mitchell, Wildcat on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up-to-the-minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest around 14 miles per hour and temps near 68. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be warm at 50. Sunny tomorrow and a high 69. Sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 72. Thursday the high will reach 67 with light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Pier Park, get ready to shake things up. Paradise Nutrition is now open. Craving flavor and fitness? We've got you covered. Loaded teas, protein-packed shakes, gourmet coffees, and refreshing drinks. From our signature Jimmy Buffett tea to Reese's Shake, Paradise Nutrition has over 600 flavor combos. Need energy? Appetite control? We've got add-ons like boba, biotin, collagen, and probiotics. Plus, try our donut whole shot appetite suppressant. Paradise Nutrition, Pier Park, next to Target.
Get your shine on at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Now with a special offer for new members only. Purchase our best wash, The Works, at Tommy's Express and get your first month of unlimited washing with the Tommy Club free. The Works includes our best. Red Hot Cleanser, Tire Shine, and Ceramic Body Wax to protect your paint job and seal in shine. Hurry in today. This is a limited time offer. Tommy's Express, Highway 77 and 23rd Street, next to Starbucks.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back, 104.3. And don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook. We can be seen anywhere in the world on Facebook. And we got buddies all over the Southeast that watch us. And this is a beautiful picture here of this model. Who is that model? Oh, that's Leighton Bell, my bad. It's a beautiful Monday. Be careful out driving today, this afternoon. Spring break's full blast. The kids in Bay County are out of school, so driving around neighborhoods, be careful. There could be kids out playing today. The weather's going to be outstanding. Thank goodness, because we went through some people in Alabama got destroyed by these storms. But baseball weather, man, it does. It's finally like baseball weather around here. And talking about baseball, we're going to top coaches in the Southeast with us this morning. Coach Jones, Arnold High School, and I think they had a pretty good week this week. Let's bring him on right now. Coach Jones, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you going to do practice this week? How are you going to play the games? What y'all's playing this week with spring break?
We have 2 games scheduled this week. We play tomorrow at home at 11:30 against Marietta, and then we play Wednesday morning really early at 9 o'clock against Silverdale Academy from Tennessee. And then we're going to give them the rest of the week off. So today we have a JV doubleheader. Varsity team's off. They need a little bit of a break. And then next 2 days there's a couple of varsity games. But then I want to give them a few days of their own spring break so they can go run around, head to the beach, and do whatever teenage boys do these days. Let them live their lives a little bit and then come back and hopefully be ready to play baseball again.
So Wednesday, let me make sure I got this right. Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock at Arnold.
Yes, sir. And Tuesday, 11:30 at Arnold. So we have 2 games, and then that'll be it for this week for us.
Okay, sounds good, man. All right, let's go back to last week. You played one of the premier, I mean, this thing was top-notch over at South Walton. You guys had a good run in it. Who did you play, and tell us what happened in these games?
Sure. We ended up playing 4 games last week. We were supposed to play 3. We added 1. But we started out not in this tournament. We started out on Tuesday. We drove over to Jay, really good 1A school, won the state championship last year. We lost that game 3-2 in the 7th inning. Jackson Ross started for us. It was great through 6 innings. One run. It was unearned. Struck out 10. We were ahead 2-1 going to the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And Jay put together a little bit of a rally, and they ended up there was bases loaded with 2 outs and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on the hitter, and they stole straight steal of home. Our pitch was a ball. Their runner was safe, and they won the game 3-2. So that was a gutsy call and a great call by their coach, and they ended up sort of stealing the win out of the jaws of defeat there. So that was 3 losses in a row for us. Britt Smith came through and had a speech for the team, talked to the team. He's now going to be on the public speaking tour, I believe, after the success that he had. Because after that, we played, as you said, in the South Walton tournament with just great teams everywhere. We played Marist from Georgia on Thursday over at Northwest Florida State. Consummate pitchers duel. It was 0-0 through 7. Eli Blair pitched for us and was just outstanding. He gave up 1 hit, struck out 7, really nothing else. He walked a couple guys, but just the best performance he's put together this year. Austin Hendricks threw an inning for us in the 8th, his first inning he had thrown all year. We wanted to get him out there and see what he could do against a really good team. And then on the bottom of the 8th, Mason Lehman came through with a big hit, runner third, 2 outs to win the game 1-0. So we were able to win that one 1-0. Didn't get any easier. The next time we played Providence, the Providence school from the Jacksonville area over at South Walton. And they jumped ahead of us 2-0 after 4 innings. But we put 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the 5th and ended up winning the game 4-2. Cooper Moss threw that one, was excellent. Gave up some hits. That's a really good team. He gave up 6 hits, which for him is kind of a lot, but that's just a tribute to how good he is. For him to give up 6 hits in 7 innings is kind of normal for everybody else, but for him, that's a few. But he also struck out 12, which is kind of normal for him, and was outstanding. And he got the big hit, 2 RBI single to give us the lead in the bottom of the 5th. So we won that one 4-2. We ended up adding a game Saturday morning against McClay. I think that's how you pronounce it, right, from Tallahassee. And we won that one 4-3, but their pitcher was outstanding. Had a no-hitter through at least 5 innings, if I remember correctly. We were down 2-0 going into the 7th. Really had nothing going on offensively, and then all of a sudden, Josh Lindsay woke us up, led off with a double. We scored 2 runs to tie the game in the 7th, and then Mac Jones hit a home run in the 8th. We were the visiting team on this one, so he hit a home run on the top of the 8th. We scored another run top of the 8th, ended up winning the game 4-3, sort of held on for dear life. So McClay gave us one heck of a run for our money. Nico Landavaza pitched that one 4 2/3 innings. Who was the starter? Gave us 2 runs, and then Carter Campbell was outstanding in relief, 3 1/3 innings. 1 run, it was unearned with no hits. So he threw 3 1/3 hitless innings for us. So really a good week for us. We have now won 3 in a row after having lost 3 in a row and wondering what was going on. So we turned it around a little bit, but we do have a tendency to play to the level of the opponent that we're playing sometimes. And we told them before we played a couple of these teams, Marist and Providence, for example, we thought we were going to play well because those are really good teams and we step up when we have to. But we also have a tendency to lay off the gas pedal a little bit when we're playing teams that are maybe not quite the same level. So it's something we got to work on and fix, but can't really complain too much when we won 3 in a row against the kind of competition we've been playing. So
that's outstanding. Now, we're about halfway through now. Is that about right? Halfway through the season?
Well, we're 15 games in, so out of 25, so we're about 60% of the way through. But yes, they're halfway.
It's crazy. It's flying by. All right. Where do y'all stand right now? Do you feel good where you're at as far as making the playoffs? Is it too early to even think about that? I know you got to focus on one game at a time, but do you feel pretty good about where you're at and the chances this team has to make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, we feel, I got to be a coach and use coach speak, but we feel good about where we are in terms of that. We were, last week, the first rankings came out from the state on Tuesdays. They come out, so I'm curious to see tomorrow. But we were number 2 in the region even after having lost a couple games in a row there. So the chances of us, advancing to the playoffs are really high. We're 10-5 with one of the best strength schedules in the state. I think we're 14th or 15th toughest schedule in the state last week when it came out. So, those things look good. We're worried about how we play and obviously finishing the next half of the season and working on improving so that when we do hopefully get to the playoffs, that we can be playing some of our best baseball and see how far we can go.
Got to stay, injury-free. That always helps. And y'all pretty good shape with that? Everybody pretty healthy?
Yeah, we had one player with an arm injury, so he's been DHing lately. But we find out today if we're done with that, you can go back to throwing. But other than that, relatively, pretty healthy. Knock on whatever wood I can find around here. And, again, starting to play pretty good baseball again and feeling good about ourselves. So all things seem to be pointing in the right direction, which 7 days ago is probably not the conversation I was having. So high school baseball and just baseball in general and teenage boys, sometimes things turn on a dime. And
that's right.
This week they turned positively after probably doing the exact opposite last week. So
doesn't happen to you. Doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. Good things. Right. All right, buddy. Coach Jones, I appreciate it. I hope you get 2 wins this week and get some rest and get ready to get cranked up for the last 40% of your schedule. And thank you for coming on this morning. Thank you so much, Coach.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye. All right, Chad, Leighton, we had 300. We told you. Did we not tell you it was coming? We told everybody it's coming.
Yeah, you had half of Bay County scared to death.
Well, I tell you what, we were very fortunate. Only 11. Let me go back and look. No. Yeah, only.
These are confirmed radar.
We had 11 confirmed radar-indicated tornadoes in the state of Florida. Now, that's the entire state. It hit the South Florida, Central Florida, it hit on Sunday. But Alabama had 38 tornadoes on, I want to say this was on Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday, yeah.
Mississippi had
Friday night into Saturday.
Yeah, Mississippi had an unbelievable 51 tornadoes. That's crazy. Arkansas, 39. Louisiana, 16. Missouri, 54. People were killed. I think there were a total of 32 people killed that they can confirm. That was yesterday. It might be up by now. Kentucky, Tennessee had 19 tornadoes. Georgia, 17. South Carolina, 7. North Carolina, 3. Virginia, 1. Kentucky had 9.
Something like
Illinois,
that.
44. So it was like 300. So they got it right.
2 of them that were killed by down power lines. Power lines went down and they walked over close to them, not realizing that you don't got to pick the live wire up to be electrocuted because the ground's wet. 27,000 volts, which is what runs through those top lines. That's enough to cover some distance.
They always say,
stay away.
James Spann is incredible up in Birmingham. He's always on national TV when anything happens. They always say have a helmet. And Leighton, I think Daddy got all you guys a helmet because he listened. They got a safe place they go to at their house. It's under the stairwell. That's probably about safe because it's all enclosed. But they all have helmets. All of them had helmets, and they had tennis shoes in there. So, Chad, you got to have some type of helmet in the house when you go to your safe room. Seriously. And you
Does racing helmet work?
Yes. That's perfect. Actually, that is absolutely perfect. So all you people out there, another opportunity to survive something like that if you was to get hit, have some form of helmet, bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, football helmet, anything. And then make sure you have shoes on. Because like he said, as soon as your house gets hit, and Layton, their house did get hit. The window got bashed in. There's stuff all on the floor, all kind of stuff. So you got to have shoes on as you get out of your safety area. There was a house in Alabama completely destroyed, and the roof was gone. Everything except for they went to their safe room, interior closet, and that was the only thing that saved them where they were at. It was kind of in the middle of the house. So all that stuff comes into play. Hopefully, we won't have anything like this for a long time. This was bad. We got a caller?
We got to take a break, and then we got a caller.
Okay.
You got FSU?
Yes, Chad Mitchell has FSU.
All right.
Layton, you doing FSU? You want Chad to do it? Chad? What?
What? Looking at you. What?
I forgot to tell you last time you're going to do a segment, 15-minute segment.
Yeah, you didn't tell him you're going to put it into work.
Yeah. If you did have any type of damage from the wind in the Panhandle of Florida, any type of anything like that, Kyle Vandergriff, everything that guy touches turns to gold. They got the local 115 down in historical Bay County, sports theme oyster bar. They got the seafood. They got the best food, gumbo, soup, salads, you name it. They got the old-fashioned salad bar. Local 115 downtown historical Bay County. 115 Harrison Avenue. It's like a museum. If you played sports, any sport, not just football, any sports, cheerleader, band member, you name it, your picture's probably on the wall. Go check it out and look at it. I guarantee you some of your classmates are there. Every school around here, they represent. It's incredible. The food's great, local 115. But Kyle, he has a construction company, TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build, they do general contracting, they do residential, but they do roofing. And that's what I love about the roofing. And we need one. We're getting closer and closer to getting a new roof. TK Vandy Roofing, don't even consider anything else but Vandy Roofing, General Contracting, number one. Not even close. The legend is here. Chad, what's the best way to get up? You know, the athletes, they know how to do it. The coaches know how to get up with you. But just a general average guy on the street, hurts his hip, knee, shoulders. How do they get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
We'll be right back. Layton Bell, the legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell, and Wildcat himself. Did you eat all the cookies I brought you?
I'm halfway through them.
Save one for Chad. Be right back. 104.3 FSU, Chad Mitchell, Layton, all right here. Cookies at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida presents the madness of college basketball. 68 teams, 32 conference champions, but there can only be one. ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for the NCAA College Basketball Tournament.
Introducing Southern Breeze Primary Care. With 45 years of experience, owners Holly Gay and Lisa King bring warm, friendly care, Southern charm, and a family vibe. They are the pros in youth sports, physicals, general health care, Bio-T hormone replacement therapy, certified DOT exams, and Coast Guard physicals. Southern Breeze, 107 West 19th Street, Suite B, 850-248-8002. Walk-ins are welcome and insurance is accepted but not required. Southern Breeze offers breezy solutions for your health care needs. needs.
Beach Pizza, formerly Marcy's Pizza, is back with more hours and more pizza. Beach Pizza has new owners and now open every day, 11 to 11. Pizza by the slice, whole pies, wings, pretzels, garlic knots, and more choice eats in East PCB. I finally tried a slice, and it was a thin crust, totes, cheesy slice of paradise. 8815 B Thomas Drive, online at beachpizzapcb.com. Call ahead, 850-775-4053.
Krispy Kreme Donuts encourages fans to share the taste of luck with 4 new festive St. Patrick's Day donuts. Try the pot of gold donuts, over the rainbow donut, the Choco Shenanigans donut, and the St. Patty's Swirl donut. Available only at Krispy Kreme Donuts in front of the HCA Hospital, 23rd Street, Panama City, and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan. Krispy Kreme Donuts since 1937, where you get them hot.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Bonafide and qualified.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio.
Certified.
From the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU update is brought to you by Newbies. I love John. I really love Charlotte. She's beautiful. John looks good, too. I got to give them credit. They're good-looking people. They got great hearts. They always give back to the community, so let's make sure we get out and support them. They are knocking out of the ballpark right now with spring breakers. You know, everybody comes down here. Legendary. All of the country people know about Newbies. They come back year after year. So get out of the mothership, but get out of Newbies too. Watch all sporting events, and then before the night's over, head down, listen to the best entertainment you can get anywhere. And don't forget that you went over in St. Andrews, the legendary Miss Newbies. Chad, before we bring you on and talk about FSU, we have a volunteer on the phone. Probably going to be upset because I told everybody. Did I not say who was going to win the SEC tournament?
Yeah, who was it? We were split.
I had Florida.
Yeah.
I had Alabama beating Kentucky. I got that right. I had I missed Texas A&M. I had Auburn beating Tennessee. I missed that one. But I did have the Florida winning it. I got Florida winning the national championship.
Florida going all the way.
Florida's hot right now.
They're going to win it all. They're going to win it all. All right. Let's bring him on right now. The volunteer himself, or maybe it's a Russian today. I'm not sure who it is. The legendary Michael. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Aaron's got a bra.
I think it's the French personality today. the guy with multiple personality disorder.
Really bad Irish.
Aaron got a bra, whatever. Man, I told you Tennessee couldn't win the national championship. It was tough for me to say that. I didn't say they couldn't win the SEC championship, though. But you're right. You know, this is one of these Captain Hindsight things where you wrote it down in pencil with an eraser. Come on. I'm here to talk about FSU, baby. I want to announce something that's open to everybody. It's called the Florida 20 Triathlon. It's where you soak yourself in beef blood and swim from Bluntstown to Bristol, okay, avoiding the alligators. Then you jump run up the hill to Bristol, and you run down the street with a Confederate battle flag trying to set it on fire. And if nobody runs you over, you take a right and go down to Sock Choppy, and anybody that gets there first wins a rattlesnake. Anyway, I love FSU. You know who I really hate's Miami.
Ooh.
They wouldn't let me go to the Wake Forest Miami game Saturday. I had free tickets. I was wearing a Tennessee shirt. And my driver said, "We're not taking you over there. We're afraid somebody might take advantage of you." I said, "Take advantage of me? I'm going over there to start a fight with Miami." He goes, "That's what we know. That's why you're not going."
Wow.
Thank you. He goes, "I'll take you to the Virginia Tech game." I said, "They suck." I'm sorry I said that word on your ear. Anyway, let's talk about the real issue. Troy State stomping Kentucky.
Woo!
Wow.
Let's not talk about it, Mike, okay?
Kentucky, Troy's good. Southern Mississippi's really good.
Are they? Where are they?
Yes.
What bracket are they in?
I'm talking about baseball. I'm talking baseball.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Not football.
It's like
football. And thank you, Chad.
Listen, man. Let me talk to you about something about Alabama. Okay. I wrote the headline for former football power defeats. You know, whatever. They're in Duke. The NCAA loves them so much they put them in Duke's bracket. So see you in Newark if you make it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't know. Duke, Yeah, a friend of mine. He's African American. He's one of the first people to integrate Fairfield High, and the University of Alabama. And he called. He goes, "Your boy got hurt." I said, "Who's my boy?" He goes, "Cooper Flagg." I said, "That's so racist. I ain't got no boy on this side of the mountains except Leonard Hamilton, who integrated. Maybe he didn't really integrate, but he's the first good black basketball player at UT Martin. You know, and he needs credit for that. And that's my FSU update. By the way, how's their baseball team doing? Better.
Alabama baseball team's doing well.
Who? This is FSU time, man. Remember who paid for this time? The newbies did. They don't want to talk about Bama.
My other team, FSU. Well, they took it on the chin against Florida Tuesday. How'd they do this week?
Yeah, but they're 18-1 right now.
Exactly. They're good.
Yeah, they're very good.
Very good. I like that, Doctor. May I call you Chad?
Sure. And so they swept Boston College this weekend, 8-2, 14-0, and 6-2. And they got Mercer coming up Tuesday.
Mercer? Alabama's fiendish foe?
No, we're talking FSU.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't supposed to say the word. But isn't Mercer that power that took on Alabama late in the season last year?
Yes, they are.
Barely lost to them? Okay.
There's also a school named Oklahoma that did the same thing.
Yeah.
How'd that work out? Hey, that's the thing about, why Alabama didn't win the SEC championship?
Our best player got hurt. Our best player got hurt.
Past Dudley Field or whatever it's called now. Who knows? The imitation Wake Forest Stadium. Whatever, and that's where Bama. I think Bama lost there.
Yeah, they did.
I hate to bring it up, but this is about FSU, man. Was that series against BC? Was that at Chestnut Hill or was that at Dick Hauser?
Oh, I have to look.
You don't have to. It's over with.
Mike, I got to ask you before you get out today. How did you come through?
It was at Dick Hauser.
The weather. Did it get bad up there where you were at?
Yeah, it did. We had some hail. Hail, okay, not Hale. All right, just to make it. We had some quarter to silver dollar size hail. We didn't have any whirly gigs. I know there were like 67 tornadoes in the South over the weekend. And
Crazy.
A lot of people died in Missouri and Arkansas, I know. But they're in a better place, as they say at the church. It's a bad joke, but it's true. You can laugh a little bit. No, just don't tell anybody. I know there's Arkansas people.
Don't tell anybody it was you.
Yeah, you can tell them it was me. Hey, I just want to say, I want to shout out to some people that aren't listening to you, like Bill Allen and Donna. The Nashville School of Preaching is in the tournament too. If you ask Coach Manley what that is. If he's, of course, Middle Tennessee's not in. But we got Lipscomb and Vandy from Nashville are in. And if Vandy may have to play Kentucky if Troy doesn't beat Kentucky, which I think Troy will beat Kentucky, but don't bet on it just because I said so. Anyway, Trojans, and go Vols and Chomp. Bye.
Bye. Chad, what do you have for us today on the Seminoles of Florida State?
Well, we talked about baseball already, so we'll go to softball. Softball team's 25-5, and they did a sweep of Pittsburgh this weekend at the Seminole Softball Complex in Tallahassee, winning 8-3 on Friday, 13-0 on Saturday, and 3-1 on Saturday. Next up is number 21, University of Alabama, and that is on Wednesday. So that's the FSU softball. Of course, we talked about the baseball team sweeping Boston College over the weekend, and they've got Mercer coming up, and their overall record's 18-1. That one loss coming to Florida, and then I thought we'd talk about the women's basketball team and where they are in this bracket. Since the men's basketball team didn't make it, the women's basketball team is a 6th seed in Regional 1 in Spokane, and their first game is against George Mason. That's on the 22nd, and so that's where the FSU Lady Seminoles are in the bracket in that Spokane Regional. And at some point in this show, we'll get to the men's bracket and probably talk about it in its entirety at some point.
Yes,
maybe
we
starting
will.
with the next the Florida update.
Sounds
since
good.
Florida's on a roll, but
Florida Gators are. I got them winning it all.
They are hot right now.
I picked them to. You know what? We'll talk about the next segment. We'll get into that. We got Dr. Chad Mitchell this morning. Wildcat behind the board. Leighton Bell is in as our special guest today. She didn't want to speak, so I'm getting ready to pull her tongue out and put some salt on or something.
Leave her alone. She'll never come back.
Yeah, she will.
We're picking on her.
Remember when Laura came in? She sat in my lap the entire time. She wouldn't speak, wouldn't say anything. But Leighton's here. Leighton, you doing good? She said, good. You're looking good. Mighty fine there, beautiful girl. I got some score. I got time to do this or no? Take a break?
No, take a break.
Take a break.
We'll
Let's take a break. We'll come back and jump on board. Hey, if you're out at Lynn Haven and you're a beautiful city of Lynn Haven, two things you want to do over there. Number one, you want to go by beef braised in Lynn Haven and tell Russ hello and thank him for all the great thing he does as city commissioner of Lynn Haven. Then sit down, watch all the March Madness right there at Beef Braised in Lynn Haven. And don't forget on Wednesday, they got 10 wings aside for $9.99. They got the 10 for 10 going on every single day. The atmospheres, customer service, she rubbed my leg, customer service, they are incredible at Beef Braised in Lynn Haven. I love Pat. They got great food, great customer service. Go check it out. You'll absolutely love it. And then Wildcat, after that, you want to buy some jewelry. I'm looking for a special person.
Yeah.
A necklace.
Yeah.
A silver necklace cross.
Oh, yeah.
Where can I go?
You know, probably the best place to go where you can get the best quality jewelry for the money is over in Lynn Haven, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven to David Adamson Designer Jewelry. Just go over there, walk in there, and talk to Amber, talk to Russ, and tell them what you want. If they don't have it in stock, they'll make it for you right there on the premises. And engagement rings in 10 days or less, for less, right there at David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
Should I take Leighton with me to pick it out?
I think so.
Or she wants one.
I think so.
Well, I don't know. If I let her go pick it out, I probably won't have any money left in my account. I might go just get it and just surprise her. Do you want to go with us, or you want to just let me get it?
Take her with her. She can look at all that. Look at all that sparkly.
She goes. She wants to go.
They've got a like a $500,000 diamond that they could show you. Ask to see that.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that.
Ask
all right.
to see it.
We'll be right back. Leighton, Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend, and also Wildcat. We're going to talk about the Florida Gators' unbelievable basketball team, baseball. And I'm going to tell you what, next year, you heard it here first, they're back. Florida football is coming. I don't care who they're playing, they're back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the most college basketball.
Three-pointer, punch it in. College basketball is back.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
The SEC, ACC, and beyond.
Oh, you saw that coming, Rabbit.
The biggest games play right here.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest around 14 miles per hour and temps near 68. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be warm at 50. Sunny tomorrow and a high 69. Sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 72. Thursday the high will reach 67 with light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
National Cleaning Week is almost here. Join us for Spring Clean Weekend at Tommy's Express. It's been a long winter of salt, dirt, and road grime, and your car needs some love. Wash for free with us Saturday, March 22nd and Sunday, March 23rd. Use our free vacuums and floor mat washers and check out our detail kits to complete the interior clean. Spruce up your car for free this weekend at Tommy's Express. Highway 77 and 23rd Street next to Starbucks.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, Visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Go Gators. You're not a Gator. Yeah, Gator hater, baby. Mark McLeod, he's not a Gator hater. I tell you what, he's pumped up. All right, Leighton, I got a question for you before we let Chad jump into this. You got to get closer now. I got Florida win the national championship in basketball. I said they'd win the SEC tournament. They did. What say you? Does Florida Gators win the basketball championship?
Yes.
You heard it here first. You got somebody else highly intelligent.
That's where my money's going.
Leighton Bell Hale says yes. Florida Gators win the national championship. I think so. I really do. Chad, let me ask you this before we get jumped into everything. They go on the road to beat the number one team in the country. The Florida Gators did. They go up to Tuscaloosa and beat the number, I think they ranked third when they played them up there. Third, fourth, fifth, somewhere up there. They win that game. They're beating teams on the road. They're beating teams at home. They got the best wins. And I thought they got
think about their last loss. Their last losses were to Tennessee way back.
Way back. It was bad.
And then Georgia, a couple of weeks ago. And then they've beaten Alabama twice. I mean, Auburn, Texas A&M. I mean, they've just beat the field in the SEC.
Why were they not a one seed somewhere?
They are a one seed.
Why are they not? Why are they getting?
Why are they not number one in the nation?
Yeah.
Well, they got more losses, I think, is what's holding them back.
Okay. Well, I wanted them to go. I thought they'd get Auburn got where they wanted to go. Yeah. They're in Kentucky. And then they got to go to Atlanta. So I thought I thought Florida might get that one, but no. Tell us where the Florida Gators are going to be at.
We'll get to that in a minute. Let's first talk about this game when they won the SEC championship. You know, Florida defeats Tennessee, and I noticed Mike hung up early before we could get to this one. Anyway, Florida beats number 8 Tennessee 86-77. And really, when you look at the stats on this game, it boils down to two things. Florida outshot them 3-point percentage and rebounds. Rebounds were lopsided, and that is what Florida is so good at, is getting rebounds. I mean, they did it against Alabama both games. When I watch those games, they're very good at that. But so let's look at the stats. Field goal percentage, not much off. In fact, it goes to Tennessee, 44.9. to Florida's 42.6. But when you get to 3-point percentage, it's 33.3 for Florida and 30.8 for Tennessee. And then you look at turnovers, Florida had 8, Tennessee had 9, pretty even. And then rebounds, lopsided. 39 for Florida, 25 for Tennessee. And I think that's the difference in the game, is that Florida's just playing really good basketball. They're getting many of the rebounds. And again, they win 86-77. Now, if we look at the bracket, we can see that Florida's the number 1 seed in the West.
In the West.
In the West, yeah. And I believe, hold on, let me look this up real quick. I believe that game, it's West, and I think they're playing in Raleigh, their first game.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Hold on, let me look. Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, help me out with this. Is that in
Somebody's
the West?
Confused about their East and West, right?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so anyway, so Florida's...
Is that west of Gainesville?
Yeah, no. So anyway, Florida's playing Norfolk State to start the tournament. Obviously, we're waiting on the first 4, which I think they ought to call them the last 4. Right? But they call them, it's the first 4 games. They're waiting on the first 4 to see, who Auburn plays, who Duke plays. And then it looks like Ole Miss and Illinois are the teams that are waiting on these first 4, the last 4. So anyway, that kind of gives...
In that West, who do they got to beat to get to
So I'll just run the list. You got Norfolk State, which they're playing, and then the next game is UConn and Oklahoma, which are 8 and 9 seeds in that West division here. Then you've got Memphis, Colorado State, Maryland, Grand Canyon. Missouri is going to be a potential problem, right?
Yeah.
Missouri at times, they can play some really good basketball.
Yeah.
And then Drake, Texas Tech, UNC, Wilmington, Kansas, Arkansas, all right, St. John's, and Omaha. I think they've got a fairly easy path. They got a good shot, definitely, to win that.
Yeah.
So I think Florida's sitting pretty when it comes to that.
Does it say where they'll travel to after the first round?
Let's see if it'll load. I'm not seeing it on the screen I'm on.
Yeah. And I said it earlier. The Gators are back. Football, they're back. Basketball, they're back. Baseball, they never went anywhere.
They're definitely playing good basketball right now.
They're good. They're good.
All right.
If you're a Gator, you're in good shape. As Chad looks up.
No, I'm headed to baseball now.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get into baseball.
Can we do baseball?
We can do baseball. They beat FSU.
I know how much you hate baseball.
I love baseball.
Can we do baseball?
I love baseball.
So the Gators lose 3 straight.
I wasn't keeping up with baseball.
and Mike shouldn't have hung up so early.
Tennessee, no wonder.
Yes,
back
to Tennessee. Friday losing 3-5. Saturday losing 10-0, and Sunday losing 7-4. Tennessee's
good now.
Tennessee's number 2 in the nation.
Yeah.
And they put it on Florida. Florida is now 16-5. They did beat FSU, which is playing good baseball as well. So
it just takes a lot of money to dominate in all 3 sports: football, basketball, and baseball.
Absolutely.
And that's a whole lot of time. Not just players and stuff like that.
But you know what? There must
facility-wise too.
John, there must be a lot of money at Florida being passed around because DJ Lagway last week. Remember I mentioned this.
Yeah?
Donated 6 figures to women's sports at Florida.
To women's basketball, yeah.
He said he was having a hard time getting dates.
I think he went out on a date this last weekend.
Yeah. He's got a date every day of the week now.
Yeah. Well, somebody had to do it.
And then we'll move on to softball. Now, one of the games is being played Monday against Texas, but the Gator softball team lost 7-2 to Texas on Saturday, and then 13-7 on that doubleheader game on Saturday. And they're playing again today against number 2 Texas. So the softball team right now is 27-4. But anyway, that sort of sums up what's going on with the Gators. Anything else you?
No, I'm just pumped up about Florida basketball.
We can talk
baseball's
about
going to be fine by everything's done, and I think their football team's going to be really outstanding next year. I really
do too. I think Lagway, the way he played at the end of the year, the way Florida won some of those last 5 games that they had that was such a tough schedule, and to see them, be able to, pull themselves out of the mud and mire of the beginning of the season and finish strong.
They've got good kids that transferred in. Yep. They've recruited well. I just think Florida's going to be really good. I do. And that schedule's brutal. The key game, I think one of the key games, obviously, is FSU on the road and then Miami on the road, back to back. They got to split one. They can't lose both those games.
Yeah.
They win one of the, they split it, they're going to be in great shape.
Look at the different situation Napier's in than he was at the beginning of the season.
But we say all that, but if it goes south,
I know
it's right back.
I know, but if he wins, I mean, what a comeback!
Yeah, and he's going to win. I really believe he's going to have a great.
The beginning of the 24 season didn't look good,
and I've watched Florida at Auburn, where people just have a hard time even competing in that place, dominate that game. I watched them go to Tuscaloosa. The game was close at halftime. Then they just pulled away. There's something about that basketball team. I think they're outstanding. I really do.
They've got depth and they get rebounds.
Yeah. Blake, I got to ask you a question. I got to ask you, get over by the mic. What do you think going forward in college football? Is it going to be the Gators, or is Alabama come back and be a power again? Get close.
Football.
In football.
Alabama.
Alabama. There you go, baby. There you go. Smart girl.
You've taught her well.
Smart girl. She knows what she's talking about.
I figured out who that silver cross is for now.
Yeah, you got that right. That's what you want, right? Silver cross?
Go for the gold. Okay. Go for the gold, girl. With a little diamond or your birthstone.
We asked her. She said she wants silver. She didn't want gold.
Get your birthstone in the center.
And y'all hush.
A little diamond that's on the edge.
All right, let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people. Patrick, I want my yard to look absolutely gorgeous. I don't want to worry about insects and things like that. If I call Turf Pro Pest Control, do they come out and do a great job?
Yeah, we're going to come out, take you an analysis of your property, tell you what's going on, go ahead and set up the service for you. We can also take care of them bugs inside the house, but we can allow those people, it's spring break right now. People want to go on vacation and want to do stuff. They don't want to be working in the yard. No. Give us a call at 850-890-5820. Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC, and we can give you some more of that free time that you need.
Turf Pro is unbelievable. We use them, and we're glad we're due. Also, man, you want to look better, feel better, having a hard time sleeping. Your shoulders are hurting, your joints are hurting. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, 2 great locations. They can take care of you. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. We got one in Pier Park. We asked one on 23rd Street. Jason Kovaleski will be with us tomorrow. They do an incredible job. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. Women are going to have to worry about breast cancer. They're going to have to worry about skin cancer. It can be deadly. 1 in 5 are going to develop skin cancer. You know what? If it doesn't look right, feel right, you make sure you call Dr. Ward, because if you're listening right now throughout the Panhandle of Florida, there's an office near you. The guy is incredible. Does incredible work. He's operated on me twice. He's done incredible work. The legendary Dr. Ward. And he was up there watching those Gators. He was at the games. He had a great time up in Nashville. We'll be right back. Patrick's with us. We get back to Alabama Crimson Tide. Leighton, Patrick, Dr. Chad Mitchell, and the Wildcat himself on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
Three-pointer, puts it in.
We're taking March Madness to the next level. Join our bracket challenge at ESPNPC.com to compete with the ESPN Northwest Florida listeners and staff. The top 3 brackets win cash and prizes. Join the madness at ESPNPC.com. The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge is sponsored by PCB Hobby, Pepsi, and Panama City Toyota.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest around 14 miles per hour and temps near 68. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be warm at 50. Sunny tomorrow and a high 69. Sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 72. Thursday, the high will reach 67 with light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
PLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your biggest investment is your home. Protect it while also improving its appearance with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. We have sand, mulch, gravel, or lay down decorative stone, all available for pickup and delivery. Discover your dream landscape with Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Imagine the moment you proudly pull up to your home that you've worked so hard for, enhanced by quality mulch, decorative stones, and more. Let's make it happen today. Request a quote online at earthworkspc.com or swing by the office at 2005 Industrial Drive. Love the land you live on.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Alabama updates brought to you by the legendary Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're there for you anytime, day or night. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida. One of the few things you can purchase actually pay for itself. And remember, it's very important. We're getting through winter. We're doing okay. Once we get to summer, I'd say about June, you want to go ahead and get service. It's going to save you money on your power bill. Stevenson Air Conditioning. The only place you need to ever think about, that is Stevenson Air Conditioning. They are incredible. No doubt about that.
If you need a new air conditioner, go ahead and call now, because they're going to be more expensive in a couple months.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, well, it is what it is. They do a great job. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Alabama Crimson Tide. You know, I got it pumped up about Bama. I watched them play Auburn, at Auburn, win the basketball game in overtime, and you think, hey, man, they got it turned in the right direction. Maybe we go into the tournament and we can win it all. No, it didn't happen. Alabama looked great. I watched that Kentucky game, and Alabama killed Kentucky. I mean, destroyed the Kentucky Gator. And then the Gators are waiting there. Hey, what about that Kentucky basketball game? Did you watch any of it?
Just portions of it. I was kind of busy, and when I saw that things weren't going my way, I kind of shunned away from it.
There were Kentucky fans actually getting up and walking out, leaving.
Yeah.
It was a decent game till Butler got hurt.
Yeah. You had injuries, so we're making excuses for you.
Thank you.
Alabama 99, Kentucky. Let me say it again. Alabama 99, Kentucky 70. And I tell you what, I'm going to tell you what the Wildcat, they showed before the game, the first game played there, all those Kentucky fans going in, they support that team. They're incredible fans.
Yeah, Coach Pope, he pulled off his hair out. He was so frustrated.
Well, look at Alabama. What happened? The next game, I thought they had a shot. I did pick Florida to win it all, and they did. Florida embarrasses Alabama. 104-82. The most
it was a good game
scored.
Before the second half.
Most points scored in the SEC tournament.
Florida's hot. They're hot. There's no question about it.
We can blame the injuries, but no, Florida's just a better basketball team. So we shall see.
They're playing good defense. They're rebounding the ball. And they're shooting extremely well.
They're just good. They're good. Now, Alabama, what's going to happen next in basketball? They're the number 2 seed. They're going to be playing in Cleveland, Ohio. In the East, Cleveland, Ohio.
But they're going west of where the West is.
That's true. They got. Here's what they got to look forward to. St. Mary's has got a record 28-5. They're going to play Vandy. Vandy's record's 20-12. So whoever wins that game over in Cleveland, Ohio, will play Alabama's 25-8. They're going to play Robert Fleming. No, take it back. Robert Morris. I thought it was Robert Fleming there for a minute. Robert Morris, 26-8 in Cleveland, Ohio. So the winner of the Robert Morris Alabama game, played in Cleveland, Ohio, will play the winner of the Vandy St. Mary's game, played in Cleveland, Ohio. So Bama hopefully will play Vandy
in the East.
We're hoping that's going to happen. Will it? I have no idea.
Well, they've got one of the easiest paths to the Elite Eight.
I thought so. I thought it was pretty good. I did. Oh, let me go before we get in that. Conferences with a multiple bids. Alabama in the SEC just knocked it out of the ballpark. I think this is a record. It is a record. 14 teams from the SEC made the tournament. That's crazy. Big Ten had 8. There you go, the Super Leagues. Big 12 had 7. Big East 5. What is happening to the
NIL?
SEC? NIL. I guess.
It is, because
that used to be a basketball powerhouse league. They have 4 teams in.
Yeah. It's NIL. The
Patrick,
big schools that have the money.
Patrick, is that what it is?
That's
but you don't trust what I say?
I mean, ultimately, it boils down to that NIL, because it determines the type of player you get.
Yeah, it does. And that's what's changed.
I'm not talking about ability. I'm talking about the mentality of the player.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, so looking at the East, you've got Duke, the number 1 seed, Alabama, the 2nd seed. And then let's talk about the teams in there. You got Duke, Mississippi State, Baylor, Oregon, Liberty, Arizona, Akron, BYU, VCU, Wisconsin, Montana, St. Mary's, Vanderbilt, Alabama, and Robert Morris. You think Bama can make it to play Duke? Duke's gonna.
I got Bama.
Of course,
making
Mississippi State's in there. They may have to play
the
Duke.
key now. When do they get the big boy back? How bad is the injury there? I don't know. I didn't look into it. I was mad they lost.
He's not going to play in the first round. They've already said that.
Wow.
Even when he got hurt, they pretty much announced that they would be looking at him at possibly the round of 32, but maybe not even to the Sweet 16. They're gonna get either Baylor or Mississippi State in that round of 32. They should be able to handle both of those.
They should.
Now everybody's talking about Flag. He's not their key injury. The kid that stepped in for him was phenomenal. Lit up the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Almost didn't miss a beat. It's their interior guy that separated his shoulder that's out for the year now. That was his second separation because that takes away their interior that they wasn't the strongest at. So in that rotation, I think they have 3 guys. Now they're down. They're either down to 2 or 3 guys in the rotation, and that's in my opinion the bigger injury.
Yeah, last year we thought it was over and done with. They made a Final Four. Even with the injuries, who knows, man? Who knows? 1 minute, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from them. I hope they do. Hey, I'm gonna say I think they're gonna make it. I think they're gonna get there. I think they get to Duke. Can they beat Duke? I doubt it, but they get there. What say you, Chad? Do you think they do get there?
I think they're definitely capable of getting there.
Patrick, do they get there?
Yeah, I think so. I think their toughest game will possibly be Wisconsin.
And if it's not an ACL, which is what they're saying, they think it's not an ACL. That tells me it's probably an MCL injury. Mm-hmm. And so he's got a little time.
Did you see who Wisconsin got to play?
Yeah, they play Montana.
And who else?
Well, then after that, they'll play the winner of the BYU-VCU game.
I'm telling you, the second game, watch out. They could be in trouble. I'm just throwing that out there. You know why I'm telling you that? I heard it on the radio. Alabama. Let's get off basketball for a second. Let's get into Alabama baseball, something more pleasant right now. Alabama baseball, 19-1 overall. And I didn't write down the score yesterday against Texas A&M. Chad, look that up real quick. Texas A&M, Alabama yesterday, the last game. But they're playing well. They're 12-0 at home. They're 4-0 on the road, and they are now 3-1. All right, let's go. Friday, they played the first real tough SEC opponent, Texas A&M. They beat them on the road 6-4. Saturday, March 15th, Alabama 6, Texas A&M 2. They even did a better job. Sunday, when they played Texas A&M, Chad's going to tell you right now because I didn't write it down. How did they do?
2-0.
So Alabama now is 20-1 overall. What was the score?
2-0.
2-0 over Texas A&M. So the baseball team's got a chance to be good.
Yeah.
Now, what do they have? Don't get too excited because Tuesday they got South Alabama. That's the first pitch.
And they got Tennessee coming up.
Yeah, 3-game series with the number one and number 2 team in the country, defending national champs to just destroy Florida. We're going to find out all we need to know this coming up weekend when Alabama and Tennessee get together for 3 games.
Yeah,
if they win one of them,
that's a win.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Tennessee's that good.
If they win 2 of them, Bama baseball is back.
Yep.
I'm not saying it is yet, but we shall see.
They got a chance to bring it back.
Yeah. College. All right. Question for both of you: college winningest percentage since 2001, the last 4 years of college football. This is Alabama update. Who are the top 4 teams?
You'd have Ohio State.
They're up there. Who's number 1, though? Who's number 1? Winningest team last 4 years. Winning percentage last 4 years. Leighton, you know who it is? Winning percentage football teams last 4 years. Who do you think?
Alabama.
They're there.
I'm going to say Ohio State.
Okay, you got Ohio State. You got Bama. Nick Saban's he's only been gone 1 year. Who do you think it is, Wildcat?
In major college.
Winningest team, major college football last 4 years. Leighton says Alabama. Chad says Alabama.
I got to go with Leighton.
Alabama?
Yep.
The number 1 winningest team in the last 4 years, the Georgia Bulldogs, 91.4% of their games, Chad. That's incredible, 91%. Who's number 2?
Auburn.
2-hour show. Who's number 2? Leighton, who is
I'm going to go I'm going to go off the wall. The number 2 team would probably be Oregon.
Oregon. You say Alabama. Who you got?
I got Bama.
Bama. Who you got?
Bama.
Michigan Wolverines.
Oh,
wow.
85.7. Yes, this is kind of, you got to dig deep,
They may
man.
lose 5 games last year.
Last 4 years. All right, number 3. You've mentioned them. They hate Michigan. Who is it?
Ohio State.
Ohio State Buckeyes. 85.5. Who's tied at number 4, Leighton? Football. Alabama and Oregon. Good job, Leighton. Yes, sir. Good job, sweetheart. Alabama, Oregon, both 81.5. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good. How much time I got? I got to go. That is your Alabama update, brought to you by the one and only Stevenson Air Conditioning. You want that? Hey, we don't care how hot it is. We don't care how cold it is. At our house, it feels great. My power bill during the winter month at one time was $120. They do. I'm telling you, not only when they come in and put a brand new one in, they can tell you what you do with your windows, your doors, and your ceiling. All this kind of stuff plays in to save money, to keep the heat in, keep the heat out. They know what they're doing. They're incredible. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number 1. Locals taking care of locals. Just like the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. Today's specials, red beans and rice. I will be at J. Michael's Restaurant today. You come today, you got to work.
He said he was buying.
I'm always working.
Like, yeah, I can't get him
I'm not
to buy
like
me
you. I'm not on
anything.
vacation all the time.
This guy is an operating machine. He is the robotic man himself. He's incredible.
Some of us have to work, I guess.
Can't just call it in, Coach.
Thank you, Chad. Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
And don't forget, newbies, 4 great locations. Newbie 2 from the Curve. Go watch all the sporting events, March Madness, baseball, college baseball, professional. Then head on down to the mothership and have a great time. They are packed out. If you want to be around a lot of people, a lot of spring breakers in town, they're all at Miss Newbies, the best bands in the Southeast every night during spring break. Get out to Miss Newbies, have a great time. We'll be right back. Leighton, Wildcat, Patrick, and the legendary Chad Mitchell. Be right back.
The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge.
3-pointer, puts it in.
We're taking March Madness to the next level. Join our bracket challenge at ESPNPC.com to compete with the ESPN Northwest Florida listeners and staff. The top 3 brackets win cash and prizes. Join the madness at ESPNPC.com. The ESPN Northwest Florida Big Bracket Challenge is sponsored by PCB Hobby, Pepsi, and Panama City Toyota.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest around 14 miles per hour and temps near 68. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be warm at 50. Sunny tomorrow and a high 69. Sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 72. Thursday, the high will reach 67 with light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
Bendian's Best Moves is a local moving company in Panama City, providing reliable services to the families and businesses in our community. Coveted for the long list of services they provide, experts at what they do, and they do it all from start to finish. The pros at Bendian's Best Moves have moved doctors, attorneys, pastors, schools, small businesses, the federal government, and they can move you too. For the best moving experience, it's Bendian's Best Moves. Call now, 850-583-0814.
He has a really low passenger rating on Uber. He punched a magician and started a petition to remove the penny from circulation.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael studio.
Is he sane? I have no idea.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Whoa! Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, Jenna, James, all you Auburn Tigers, Ward, damn Eagle. They're going to be okay. Calm down. They're going to get hot here at the end. What happened with the Auburn Tigers?
Are they panicked?
Come on in, Miss Hale.
Just want to say hey.
I could get late to talk, but she came and said. I know, she can't keep her quiet. Nowadays, she's
Thank her
quiet.
for the cookies for me.
We have had a legend walk into the room.
Yeah, two of them. Two of them.
We've got Julie Hale in the
You at least got to say hi.
He thanks you
in
for
the station here.
Like, at least get on the mic and say bye. You know, tell everybody bye on Radio Land. Hey, you did a great job. Thank you for all your help.
She's had it
Bye.
with you.
Bye.
See you at the party later. Love you. Bye. Hey, late. Roll Tide. Anyway, Auburn, that was my granddaughter leaving. I'm sorry. When she's around, everything else doesn't matter. Hear that, Chad? Anyway, Auburn.
I hear it loud and clear.
I'm an Auburn. I got family. You know, half the family's Auburn, the other half's Alabama, and they get after each other sometimes. But you can sense they're kind of panicking a little bit right now. They went 8 weeks, number one team in the country. They're still the number one seed in the entire country. Some are. Auburn, what
Not
did they
Bruce
do?
Pearl.
They lost to Texas A&M at the end of the year. Then they lose at home. That was on the road. They turn around and lose at home, which they hardly ever do to Alabama in an overtime game. Then they go and they start the tournament. Everybody thinks, okay, they'll win it. But really, it doesn't really matter. They already won the SEC championship. They're the overall number one seed. Bruce Pearl was asked a question, and he looked at the guy and said, what a soft boy. He was, did you see it?
He put on his best Nick Saban.
Yeah,
it was awesome to watch.
You saw it? Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Oh. It did. That's right. You're right. He did pull a Nick Saban.
He did. It was his best version of Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And I loved watching it. It was awesome. And, you know, I don't fault the reporter for asking it that way, because I'm sure fans feel panicked.
Right.
But Bruce Pearl and his team, they don't feel panicked.
It kind of reminds you of Wildcats, some of the questions that he says sometimes, some of the statements he makes in here.
Oh, gosh.
You like shake your head. Where is this coming from? So I thought you were in the bathroom. My bad.
No.
But, you know, they asked, and he goes, look, we lost to a really good team at Texas A&M at third place. We lost the game, you know, at the buzzer against Alabama. We lost some great teams.
I like Auburn where they are. You know, they're the number one overall seed. They're in the South region.
Come on now. I did have them playing Florida for the championship. I thought they'd beat Tennessee. I did.
Yeah. Well,
if they hit their free throws,
they do. They do. Yeah, you're right.
They miss 9 free throws.
Yes.
With a team that shoots over 80%.
Yes.
That is not normal.
Right.
Go back to the Alabama game. In regulation, in the final minute, Auburn missed 4 free throws.
That's right.
Denver Jones missed 2.
Sure did.
85% free throw shoot in a row.
Yep.
I said, so if you look at it, I mean, they just take care of their own business.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all saw the Cardwell interview on social media or at the thing. He said they beat themselves.
They did.
And when you look at it, when have you seen Auburn this year miss that many free throws in both of those last 2 games that they lost? But the open 3-pointers at the end of the game, when have they missed those?
Right.
The Florida game that I went to.
That's because you were there.
Man.
Chad walked in and fell apart.
He's right. He's right. You know, when Auburn's on, it's hard for anybody in the country to beat them. There's no question about that. But when they're off, man, I mean, you know.
Here's the question. Yeah. Here's the question I asked a bunch of people yesterday, because we were talking about the bracket, who's favorite. Everybody loves Florida because Florida's hot.
Yeah, Florida.
Everybody loves Duke if Flag's back, and you can go tit for tat on a whole bunch of teams. But this was my question: if Florida has a bad shooting night, you take it, the teams they're going to play in the 32 or 16. Do they win? If they have a bad shooting night from the three-point line.
If they have a bad shooting night against Missouri,
from outside the
it could
three,
be a
if they have a bad shooting night, do they win?
You talk about
Missouri and
Florida.
Arkansas.
So I'm going to go with these three teams. Do they win? My opinion was probably not. That's their. If they hit the threes, they're almost impossible to beat.
Yeah.
But if they don't,
And they're good at that.
If they don't, we've already seen it. Florida's lost by over 20 this year.
Yeah.
To just Tennessee. Yeah.
All right.
They
Go to
lost
Duke.
Georgia.
Go to
2 weeks
Duke.
ago. Yeah.
If Duke doesn't hit their threes, can they win? They've got an inside game.
Yeah.
No, I'm not discounting Florida's inside game. But their inside game is predicated on the three-point shot.
Florida's got really good defense too.
Correct.
Golly,
if Auburn doesn't hit the threes, can they win? They've already done it. They beat Tennessee doing that. I mean, they beat a. You look at the body of work.
Yeah, they can beat you different ways.
And then I go to the opposite. What Chad just said. Who's got the better defense when you go to stats?
So
Auburn, Florida, or Duke? Who's got the best defense?
Probably Auburn.
So
I don't know. Florida's got a pretty good
Florida's
defense.
got a really good defense.
Yeah, Auburn's got a good one too.
But when you combine the two, if you have a bad shooting night, can your defense carry you in the NCAA tournament to win a game?
Auburn has done that.
Now, with Florida, and I'm not knocking on Florida. I'm analyzing like another coach would. If you're not hitting your threes, who is your go-to guy on the inside to get you a 2-point bucket? Who is it?
Who is it, Chad? We're asking you.
I can't remember his name. That's their big center.
But he's not dominant.
Yeah, he's not dominant.
It's not their primary source.
Yeah.
If Duke does that, they can drop it down into Flag or one of their other big guys and still get buckets. Auburn, you got Janai Broome, Chaney, and a couple of the other guys. So what I'm getting at there is if you have an off night shooting, which happens all the time in the NCAA tournament because they play in these big arenas.
Yeah.
Can you take it inside and rely on your defense to win the ball game?
And get in the trenches and win the game.
I'm going Florida Gators. I don't want to hear all that
All right.
statistics.
Well, let's talk about Auburn. And
I want the Gators to win. You want Auburn, right?
This is the Auburn upset.
Well, the reason
I think this. I think if you have the team that won the SEC championship in the regular season, which is the biggest body of work, in the best conference that's ever statistically played,
14 teams made it.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about your record.
Yeah.
Even in non-conference and everything. If I was going to pick, I'd want Florida or Auburn to win it to solidify that, hey, they were the best conference.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Auburn is the number one seed in the South, and obviously they're waiting to see.
I think the number one seed in the nation.
Well, yeah, overall, but I'm talking about the South.
Right. Okay. Brackets. Okay.
Bracket here. So they're waiting to see which team they play, and then you've got Louisville, Creighton, Michigan, UC San Diego, Texas A&M, Yale, Ole Miss, Iowa State, Lipscomb, Marquette, New Mexico, Michigan State, and Bryant, all in that bracket, that South bracket.
They should get there.
So
to me, it's the toughest bracket.
It is a tough bracket.
They should get there.
When you look at Ole Miss and Texas A&M, I mean, look how they've played this year.
Yeah.
It does make it pretty tough.
Don't sleep on Creighton.
Yeah, and Louisville
they finished
can play
second.
pretty good sometimes.
Yeah, Louisville's real good,
right? Yeah.
But Creighton was second in the Big East.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, Auburn, that'd be fine. I just think Florida's the best team. I think Florida's a better team than the rest of them. I do. I've watched them. They're
right
good.
now.
When
it's
they're
hard
hot,
not to argue that.
Yeah, when they're hot, they're unbeatable. I thought that about Auburn.
So is all this talk about Florida rat poison for them?
Yes, absolutely.
Like whereas Auburn's sitting here, licking their wounds and going, "Okay, we got to up our game."
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
Are you worried? Chad, you saying, is your wife worried
Are you
right
panicked?
now? Yeah. Is your wife panicked right now?
My wife is not panicked. Bruce Pearl's not panicked. So, anyway.
Who's going to, out of Florida and Auburn, who goes further? I got Florida winning it all.
Everybody was screaming Auburn at the beginning of the season.
I was one of them.
I know you were. That's why I brought it up.
But I'm glad you write these things down, John.
Now then, it's all recorded right here.
Well, who do you think? You think it's got a better shot, Auburn or Florida?
Auburn. I want to go with Auburn.
Okay.
I want to say that they
listen
get
to
tired
Patrick,
of being
all those
kicked
statistics,
around.
and you gave in.
Yeah.
My biggest concern with
They're
Auburn.
statistics, and that's
They don't lie. They don't lie.
No,
my biggest concern with Auburn unlike Florida, Duke, Houston, all these other top seeds, is going to be the physicality in the preparedness. Are they just wore out after running the gauntlet schedule they have? It's been one of the toughest schedules ever in college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the number of quad one wins and everything else.
They
just physically
they got depth, though.
They do.
I don't know. I like Auburn's chances.
All that says is all they need to do is
I like Auburn's chances.
Is get some rest and get their heads back in the game, right? That's it.
The last
That's
2 weeks, they've gotten rest.
Physicality and the schedule.
Alabama's not going to make the Final Four. Alabama will not make the Final. They can't beat Florida.
They got a good path.
They can't beat
there.
Florida. They cannot beat Florida.
Well, they're not playing Florida until
they're going to have to play Florida to get there.
No, they would be the championship
Duke in their
game.
bracket.
Florida's in the West.
Alabama's in the East.
To get the look at it. South, West, East,
you're looking at
Midwest.
it wrong. Auburn would play Florida in the Final Four if they both made it.
Florida would play who? No,
Auburn.
they wouldn't.
That's screwed up, isn't it?
Yeah, your South and your West are on the left side of the bracket. Yeah. And then your East and Midwest.
Yeah, it'd be Florida and Auburn if they make it. Yep.
Let me see this. Let the expert look at this.
Yeah. I can lend you my glasses if you need them.
Florida's right there.
Look at that.
Number one in the West.
Right. Alabama's on the other side.
Yeah. Alabama and Tennessee are opposite each other. So I mean, if you took the best SEC teams, you could end up with Florida and Auburn playing.
My bad. It was Arkansas. I thought it was
and Alabama and Tennessee.
You're right. Okay. So Florida's going to get out of the West. I got Florida winning the West.
There was a couple guys last night on the TV saying that it could rival some of the Big East and ACC years where you have 3 out of the SEC in the Final Four.
Can I write on this just real quick? I got Florida in the West. I got Auburn in the South.
I'll make you a copy of it.
Yeah, Mid-East. Who you got coming out of the East?
You got Duke and Bama.
I got Bama. Bama's going to come out of the East. There you go. We got that. We got in the Midwest. Who y'all got? I got Houston.
Tennessee is there too.
Nah, they ain't gonna do it. I got Houston. You're right. Tennessee. Okay.
I don't know that Houston will get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I'm with you. We got it figured out right now.
Tennessee could make it. Yeah.
Final Four. You're gonna have Auburn playing Florida, Alabama playing Tennessee. The national championship game is going to be Florida.
It's going to be a SEC championship.
Bama's not winning at all because they can't beat Florida. Thank you.
We got to take a break.
Said we're done. Who we doing? Oh,
we got to take a break.
Let's take a break. Beef O'Brady's. I had a lot on Auburn. I didn't do any of it. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. You want to have a great meal, great time. Go watch March Madness right there. But you don't have to. I just told you what's going to happen. It's going to be Auburn in the South, Florida West, Alabama in the East.
Go watch the game.
Mid-East to be Tennessee. It's all SEC Final Four. Wouldn't that be something?
It would be fun to watch.
Get out to Beef O'Brady's. Have a great time. They're wonderful people. Love them all. And where's my sheet at? There she is. Turf Pro Pest Control. Patrick, what's the best way to get up with you?
Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. We can get that yard taken care of and get your house bug free so y'all can get out there and go enjoy the spring and summer.
Leighton wants the Silver Cross. Where can I get one at?
You're going to go to David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. And, of course, you're going to get the best quality. If she doesn't see something there that she likes, you know, they can
I'm not taking her. I won't have any money left.
Make it. Yeah, and then maybe put her birthstone on it.
No, hush.
Shroud it in diamonds.
Julie and I will go without Leighton. I know better.
Get them, Leighton.
She'll buy the store out. Hey, it's good. You know, Tom, all these storms that happen, you know, we were very fortunate in Panhandle. Now, north of us got, you know, Troy up that way, Highway 87, they had some damage up there. We were fortunate. But if you get an old roof, if you had some kind of damage to it at all, you got to go with Kyle Vandergriff. They do an incredible job. TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They designed it and they built it, baby. They are incredible. Residential, commercial, they can do it all. They are the best at what they do. And I'm talking the Vandergriff family. No wonder. Legendary family. TK Vandy Roofing, General Contracting for roofing or anything. You want to build a house, anything. Remember them. They're incredible. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Brought to you by Wildcat.
Dr. Mitchell.
What's his name? Yeah, Dr. Mitchell. And Patrick.
Oh, man.
I'll take that from
And Leighton. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Your exclusive home for March Madness.
And it goes for the win!
We'll bring you every game live. It's the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament, college basketball's premier event, and it's all righty.
And the dream is alive!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The dream, yes!
Ready for a great deal? It's Ready, Set, Go time at Panama City Toyota, where you can get 3.99% APR on the perfect combination of sport and utility in the new RAV4, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Get 1.99% on the ruggedly refined Tacoma, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. And get 1.99% on a new Tundra, named the best resale value in its class by Kelley Blue Book. Ready, Set, Go.
Offer ends March 31st. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Panama City, your car is filthy. Your house is a disgrace. But do not fear. Martin Karab is here. At MK Evolution, we terminate dirt, obliterate grime, and crush filth with the force of 1,000 flexing biceps. Full car details so clean, your reflection will say, hasta la vista. Pressure washing so powerful, your neighbors will salute you. Call MK Evolution now at 850-319-2323.
Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. They take pride in caring for their customers' property by providing lawn and whole house pest control. Whether you have roaches or any other unwanted bugs in your home, Turf Pro has you covered. Or if your lawn needs weed control, fertilize, insect control, Turf Pro has you covered by providing custom treatments to meet your property's needs. No property is the same, so why should it be treated that way? Turf Pro, where the blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Call 850-890-5820.
The number one SEC call-in show is now twice as big. It's double the Paul Feinbaum Show. Weeknights starting at 6.
Okay, but also go faster.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sure like Elvis Presley.
Like that, huh?
Just no. I said I sure like
I played
Elvis
that for
Presley.
Chad because he was Irish.
Leighton liked Elvis Presley too, and she didn't get to hear him. So yeah. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you how to do your job.
Nobody told me nothing.
Just do your job.
Good.
We're going to get bluegrass next.
Man, really. Kentucky, they're embarrassed. They get up and leave. They don't even support their team. They get up and leave in the middle of the game. Hey, we're talking about Auburn. They're going to be in Atlanta. They'll be in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
They're going to play number 16
South.
seed Alabama State.
Does Lexington, Kentucky sound like the South to you?
Yes.
No, like South.
To me, they do. I mean, I'm a historical nut. Yeah.
Lexington is South.
Yeah. He gets mad. He gets mad with Ohio.
I know, but like...
But I know what you're saying.
We got Raleigh in the West.
Well, yeah. According to that,
I mean,
stuff,
that is just all.
forget about
Alabama is the West Bracket. They're playing Atlanta. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, let me get these scores in here today. This is baseball Friday night. Arnold Marlins get it done. We already talked to Coach. They won 4-2. Rutherford, big win over Rickards, 13-5. Vernon won 8-7. Mosley, they won, beat Houston Academy. I guess Houston Academy 3-2. Liberty 5, Mariana 1. Holmes County 3. Houston of Tennessee, I guess 4. So they lost that one. Condell 5, Sneeze 3. Softball. Spanish Fort. Spanish Fort is a great community, great school up there. My roommate in college, Blaine Burnett, lives there. Great school. They got players everywhere. In softball, they beat North Fort Myers. And we know how good North Fort Myers is in softball. They beat them 4-0, so they played a great team. Rick Green got Arnold rolling, no doubt about that. Arnold 1, Holmes County 0. Rutherford 7, Bay 4. Chipley 11, Vernon 0. Franklin County 19, Weewall 1. Sneeze 16, Graceville zip. Saturday baseball, we already talked about. Arnold 1, McClay 4-3. Fort Walton Beach 10, Bay High School 5. Mosley 3, Houston 2, and Port St. Joe 15, Mariana 1. Softball on Saturday, I think Bay 19, Monroe Monroe 4, Port St. Joe 15, and whatever. Right? Anyway, that's enough local. All right, let's get back. Georgia, college football. We're going to jump into football for a minute. This is kind of unusual this time of year for Georgia to lose one of their top coaches. And I agree with him. If I was coaching right now, the way college football is, where you don't know what your roster can be from day to day, I would leave. At least the players you got in the NFL, you know you got them under contract. You know what you got to work with. You don't have to recruit, and you don't have to put up all the stuff you got to do as a college coach right now. It's a pretty good job. Their quarterback coach, Montgomery Vandegorn, he is left to go be the coach for the Philadelphia Eagles that just won a Super Bowl. So you go from a national power, Georgia, to the Super Bowl champs. Pretty good job by Coach, so congratulations to him. Again, what's your thoughts on that? As an NFL coach in football, or is it better to be at a powerhouse Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State in football?
I used to like, or at least you have this thought in your head that it would be better to be a college coach, but now I'm not so sure. I think it's the Wild Wild West right now with college football, and the stability, as you said, is NFL for sure. Yeah. With the contracts and everything. And that's where college needs to go. They need to have some kind of contract. There's got to be some loyalty. I mean, that's why it's been in the NFL like that.
Well, the worst part about being a college coach is it's now 365 days a year. Yeah. There is no off time.
Right.
When the season's gone,
yeah,
they're running for booster money and everything else outside of recruiting.
Yeah. And imagine how much harder that is than the NFL.
They used to have some time after their the June football camps to have a little bit of time. Not anymore, like he said. You got a whole nother.
Maybe we should have a draft in college.
Yeah, we do the highest bidder.
I mean, everybody knows I go to the Florida State games and stuff. Mike Norvell's schedule in the offseason, before spring practice and then after spring practice. In one stretch, he goes to 8 different cities across the U.S. for booster meetings in 14 days. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking like close. Now, he's on a jet, I get it, but you're going from Chicago to Panama City, out to Denver, Colorado. I mean, all over the country.
Now, how many millions is he making?
Oh, yeah. He did get he gave like 3.5 of it back.
Now, you don't have a life.
He didn't earn, I mean, you could say he didn't earn that 3.5 that he gave back. But
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I want to go over this before we leave today. Y'all need to help me with the West bracket.
We've pretty much covered most of it.
Here's some interesting games for you.
Go to the West. I don't want to care about. Let's get Florida. They'll win that first game.
Okay, so let's go to the West. One of the most interesting games is going to be in the first round, Missouri versus Drake.
Wait a minute, let me find it.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good game.
I'm going Missouri.
Here's an interesting stat for you. Who's the number 1 defense in the country?
Probably Drake.
I don't know.
It is Drake.
Yeah. And if Missouri has shooting trouble.
Here's the interesting. They play 2 opposite types of game. Missouri's an up and down run and gun.
Right.
Drake's a half court. They all shoot the ball well. Mm-hmm. If you go over to the East, one of the most interesting games is going to be the Vanderbilt-St. Mary's game. St. Mary's is a higher seed. Their shooting percentage is...
What's that in? That's in the East?
Yeah, that's in the East. They have one of the best shooting percentages and defenses in the country.
But they're not in the SEC. I'm going Vandy. It just means more. It doesn't mean as much as these other teams.
There's another one that was kind of highlighted, Arizona and Akron.
Where's that at? Which one?
That's in the East. That's a 6 verse... What is that? 6 verse 13.
Akron?
Watch Akron.
Jim Brandt said that the other day.
What do you think about this Georgia-Gonzaga game in the Midwest?
I'll tell you, this will be the stat on that. If Georgia scores over 75 points, they win.
I'm going to Arizona.
Here's an interesting stat for that game, or with Georgia. All right, Coach, you're a big stat person. What is Georgia's record when they score 75 points or more this year?
It's probably really good.
Undefeated.
They're undefeated.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That seemed kind of low, 75 points.
But that also goes back to how difficult and what type of defense the SEC plays.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jim did mention Akron's really good, but
You never believe what he says?
I don't listen to him.
You hear that, Jim?
No, I don't listen to him.
I'm sorry, Wildcat, but I think Kentucky has all they want in the first-round game with Troy.
Yeah, it happens.
Wait a minute. All right,
Can't be all
right, time out. I hear this, and I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you got to be kidding me. We're talking Kentucky. Kentucky
Troy.
doesn't have better basketball players than Troy. They need to fire everybody at Kentucky. I'm sorry.
Well, it's a rebuilding year.
I'm hearing people say that, but I don't know.
I'm going Kentucky. I'm sorry.
So some of the things you'll look at, and defense is defense.
Yeah.
Troy shoots 49.8% from the field.
Yeah, but they're playing Southern Mississippi. They're playing.
Yeah, they're not playing a good defense.
Kentucky's defense is not good. I mean,
hey,
we know that. We know that.
But here's the thing. It doesn't matter where you play. The basket's still 10 foot high.
Sure, it's true.
And the three-point line's still at the same
But it matters who's on the mother.
It matters who the defense is, though.
Yeah.
When you
think about what you're saying. How can, in any possibility, could Troy have better basketball players than Kentucky? I just can't comprehend that.
Let's see what happens.
We're
going to find out.
That's why I'm going like Akron. Come on, Jim Brandt played at Akron. Come on, I just can't see them having these great basketball players.
Here's one of those.
Don't tell him I said that.
Tomorrow.
Do not tell him I said that.
I've said it all year that matchups are the key thing. But in that Troy game, Troy has 7 players that shoot over 30% from the three-point line.
All right, real quick. Wow. How do we get up with you, Patrick?
Look us up and message us on Turf Pro PC on Facebook, or call us on our local number, 850-890-5821.
Chad, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Wildcat, if Kentucky loses to Troy, they need to throw them out of the SEC. I can't. NIL, everything else, 25,000 people at basketball.
I'm disappointed. Anyway, I'm disappointed.
Well, I didn't realize your brother was in charge of recruiting at Kentucky. My bad. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
I follow a lot of soccer and basketball on Instagram, and you have some of these NBA players that are like, whoa, man, the Europeans, they're working on fundamentals at a young age, where we're just going to tournaments and playing these games. They're really learning the game inside out before they start.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest around 14 miles per hour and temps near 68. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be warm at 50. Sunny tomorrow and a high 69. Sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 72. Thursday, the high will reach 67 with light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
And here we go. The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey! And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Get out and support all these wonderful sponsors we have here. You get any type of injury whatsoever, there's only one person to go to. That's the legendary Chad Mitchell. He can do it the old-fashioned way with those big, beautiful hands he has, or robotic. I heard he is a robotic himself. He is incredible.
I heard he can do the robot.
He can do the robot.
He can dance the robot.
Hey, you should see him when he dances. That he can dance now.
We need a song.
When he came over to party to our house, him and his beautiful wife. You were there. Remember, he was about to make it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody backed up, and Chad took the floor.
A couple of Coronas, and he went nuts.
Yeah, he could dance, man.
I
didn't even dance anymore when you
call
started.
Elon.
Unbelievable.
Oh, talk about the South going west.
Boy. Hey, you know
We
what?
just did it.
I will say this. Chad left at a decent hour. You know that Wildcat, we had to, like, more or less, we were in bed with the lights on in our bedroom. He was still in there watching
You
TV.
two were in bed?
No, he
Is
was
that
still
what
in the
you
living
just
room. He was going through the refrigerator like at 12 at night.
jug?
He wasn't in bed with me. Anyway. But I couldn't believe it. We kept hitting. I said, well, it's getting late. Trump won. He wanted to wait and watch all the responses from everybody. I said, we're okay.
It was a
We're
good night. Thank you
we
for
had
that,
great.
by the way.
All right, I want to go over a couple of things with you. Good food, wasn't it? Good food.
Everything was good. It was a good night.
Earl, I love Earl. I love Earl. Earl was there with us. Real quick, I want to ask you both this question. I want to focus on the West. UConn, Oklahoma. I'm so used to UConn just killing everybody. They're kind of having an off year, their standards. They're elite. But Oklahoma, does Oklahoma have a chance against UConn? Chad?
Yeah, they got a chance. I mean, you know.
Who are you going with? Who are you going to pick?
I'd probably pick UConn, but
okay. After you just got through saying
they have a chance.
Yeah, they got a chance.
Do they have a chance? Yes, they have a chance.
Who you
They're
got,
in the
Wildcat?
tournament.
I'm going with Doc on this one.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry about your luck, but you know.
Patrick, help me out. Who you got? Oklahoma, UConn.
It's really a coin flip when you look at all the stats and everything. I'm gonna go with experience with UConn.
There you go. Okay, I'm going Oklahoma.
Hey,
you heard it here first. Oklahoma wins.
He's a great coach.
I'm filling mine out as we speak. I'm getting y'all's input and not listening. Memphis
never listen.
Memphis is 29-5. They're playing Colorado State, which is 25, also 25-9. Memphis is 29-5 and 25-9. Yeah, 29-5, and the other one's 25-9.
I have Memphis in that game.
I got Memphis too. Chad, who you got?
I got Memphis.
Wildcat, who you got? Memphis?
Memphis.
Oh, you use a copycat.
Well,
all right. Here's
you got to go with the winners.
Maryland Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon's big. They got a lot to choose from out there. Hey?
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they got a lot. That's a huge school out there.
Just because you said that, I'm taking them.
Me too.
I'm going Maryland.
I'm going Grand Canyon. I think it's going to be an upset.
I got Maryland, but I don't think it'll be a blowout.
You don't?
No.
All right,
I'm picking Grand Canyon.
We got the two experts. Wildcat and Mitchell got the Grand Canyon.
Listen, if they win,
we are going to burn you next Monday.
Here's an interesting thing. For the last 5 years, there's always been a 13 beat a 4.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my upset right there.
Patrick, I'm going with Patrick. I got. I'm not picking.
The Terps are slow.
Yeah, I'm picking Maryland. All right, Texas Tech, UNCW-KEY. What is this? Who is UNC? North Carolina, Charlotte,
Wilmington.
Oh, okay. I'm going Texas Tech.
I got Texas Tech.
Correct.
You skipped Missouri and Drake.
I got Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Who you got, Missouri or Drake?
I got Missouri.
You said watch out for them.
I got Missouri, but I think it's going to be a really close game.
Wildcat, who you got? Drake, Missouri?
Drake.
What? I can see that.
You heard it.
You going against the SEC?
Drake.
What's
Yes,
wrong with you?
Well,
all right.
Hello.
Arkansas. Now here's two big names, man.
Wow.
This some big names.
Wow.
Kansas big as it gets in basketball. 21-12.
It's hard for me not to pick Kansas. But Arkansas can do it.
Too. I know people.
Kansas has 3 players that won a national championship under Bill Self playing.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know people from.
They were preseason ranked number 1. Everybody forgets that.
Wow. Who you got?
Kansas.
KU.
Kansas. Who you got?
I'm going to go Arkansas because they get their stud player back that's been out the whole year.
Arkansas's got the former Kentucky coach. Arkansas, not even a question. Thank you, Patrick. We got the Brains versus the, anyway.
Braun.
All right, St. John's versus, who was that, Omaha?
St. John's.
St. John, I'm with you.
I thought you wanted a steak.
Huh?
Omaha. The steaks.
Who you got?
No.
Oh, steaks. I like that. Good.
St. John's.
All right, let's stay in the West. We're going to have Florida playing Oklahoma. Who y'all got? I got Florida.
I got Florida over UConn.
I got Florida.
I got Florida over Oklahoma. Okay. Memphis, Maryland.
That's going to be the game of the day in the West.
Who you got? I'm going Memphis.
I'm going to go Maryland.
I'm going Grand Canyon because
I'm going to go bigger league. I'll go Maryland, too.
I'm predicting that upset. I'm going Grand
Maryland
Canyon.
starting 5 is
Grand Canyon all the way.
We got a Grand Canyon.
Go big, go deep, go Grand Canyon.
You better be careful how you answer. People want you to operate all of
No, I get it. I'm cutting up, and they know that.
Yeah.
But, I think we ought to pick, who's the underdog that's going to make the most noise?
Oh, that's easy. Alabama.
They're not an underdog.
Alabama, big underdog.
Which underdog makes the most noise? Which?
I think the Grand Canyon.
It was when it was it San?
Maybe it's Akron. I don't know. Troy. Maybe it's Troy.
I think Troy.
I don't think you can call them underdog. All right, can I go back and finish this? I mean, you interrupted me. I had it rolling here.
You only got 2 minutes.
Missouri versus Texas Tech. Who y'all got?
Texas Tech.
Yeah, it's probably Texas Tech.
Let me go back and look at this. Texas Tech's 25. Probably Texas Tech. I hate that. Texas Tech. All right, Arkansas, St. John's.
St. John's.
St. John's.
Yeah.
Patino.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him. Okay, Florida plays. I'm going to say Texas Tech, St. John's. I'm going St. John's.
Well, you missed the Florida would either play Maryland or Memphis.
I got them playing Maryland. No, I'm saying Texas Tech's going to play St. John's. I got St. John's winning that one.
Yeah, St. John's.
Who you got? St. John's or Texas Tech?
St. John's.
Who you got, Wildcat?
I want to say St. John's, but I'm going to say Texas Tech.
Wow.
That's your little upset right there.
Okay, we outvoted you 3-1.
Okay.
All right, Florida versus Maryland. I got Florida versus Maryland. I got Florida winning it.
That's a duh.
You okay,
Yeah,
Chad?
that's a duh.
Yeah, I think Florida's going to make it all the way.
This is a big one now. Florida. I forgot who's coaching St. John's. I love him. God, he is.
Yeah.
Man, that changed everything. I got Florida. Who you got?
I'd have to go Florida.
Florida.
Duh.
You're not going to go with your boy, your ex-Kentucky boy?
No.
Okay. All right.
Traitor.
How much time we got? I don't know if we have time to finish yet. All right, I got mine done. Florida's coming out. They're going to be representing the West. Where's it? San Antonio this year? Texas?
Correct.
Yeah. How much time we got? 1 minute. We don't have enough time to do it. Doggone it. I had it rolling good, but somebody interrupted me, wanted to pick the underdog team. I'm not going to mention who. Chad, who is your underdog team? Who is it, Ed?
Right now, I'm going with Grand Canyon. Because I think
he loves the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon. I
It's
want
big.
the Grand Canyon, and I want the game.
Well, let's hope it's not Robert Morris.
Yeah, I know. I think that's Robert Fleming. Robert Fleming playing Bama.
Oh.
Who is
Anyway.
all right, out of the no names, you think Troy, Akron, who would you pick? Do something special.
Looking at the stats, Akron.
Wow. Okay. All right, Patrick, real quick, best way to get with you?
Messages on Facebook at Turf Pro PC or call us on our local number, 850-890-5820.
Legend, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
We hope you, make sure you got green on. We're out. 104.3 ESPN.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Monday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a moderate breeze out of the north-northwest around 14 miles per hour and temps near 68. Tonight we will have clear skies and a wind speed of 7 miles per hour and be warm at 50. Sunny tomorrow and a high 69. Sunshine Wednesday with a temp of 72. Thursday, the high will reach 67 with light showers. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants.
We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they will get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting is a fifth-generation contracting company based right here out of Bay County. TK Vandy's expertise in commercial and residential roofing, as well as a design-build general contractor, set them aside as a